So I just colored my hair from blonde to this gorgeous brown. I'm going to show you step by step how I did this. Now when you go from blonde to brown, normally what you would do is you'd have to fill the hair with red, because when you strip hair or when you bleach hair, you have to basically get rid of all of the reddish undertones in your hair. And everybody has reddish undertones in their hair, almost everybody, unless you're naturally super blonde. And so what I had to do was go in with red first and then go in with brown. The brown that I chose had already some reddish undertones in it, which I love. I used to be a redhead and I loved it. And I also like being quite dark because I used to have black hair too, and I love that. And I loved being a blonde, but the damage was just way too much. And I just could not deal with all of the frizzy ends and having to constantly highlight it to keep up with, you know, covering up my roots, and so that it looks nice and bright and fresh. So I just wanted to go darker so that I could grow it out. Also, dark hair always reflects light more than blonde hair, because blonde hair is so porous, it absorbs light. And with dark hair, it just looks a lot shinier and healthier. Even if the ends are damaged, with dark hair, it's so easy to just cover it up. It's kind of like a band-aid. I really want to grow my hair out so bad. I felt this was the best way to do it. So without further ado, here is the whole video.
Alright, so here we go. I'm so excited. This is my blonde hair. It's been highlighted over my natural hair color. And my natural hair color is about at level 5. And you can see it's very frizzy and crispy. I'm using Colesting Perfect 745 with Joico Lumishine Volume 5 or 5 volume. Putting on my gloves first. And the ratio for this color is 1:1. So basically you mix 1 part color and 1 part developer. And you mix it up so that it's nice and creamy and smooth, and where there are no lumps or anything like that. So I'm just using a plastic bowl and a Redken brush, and I'm making sure that it's completely creamy. Now I start from the back when I'm working on myself. If I was working at the salon, I would always start with the front. We're always been taught to do the hairline first, get the grays and things like that. Where I'm doing a filling, and this is permanent color, by the way, I didn't use a demi. We are taught to use demi to fill the hair color in red when you're going brown, but I wanted to use permanent because I don't want the color to fade. So I'm sectioning my hair now, and I like to go from the back to the front, as I mentioned, because I just find it a lot easier when I'm working on myself. My hair had been feeling really dry, and I felt like if I had started from the front to the back, it would have been really hard for me to manage, and I think my hair would have felt really, my scalp would have been really sensitive. So here I am going in the front. You have to go really fast when you do this because the color does process quite quickly. You should only leave it on for about 20 minutes. So if you leave the hair color on for too long, some parts are going to develop faster than others. So if you just got to go really fast, and you just got to smush it all in really nicely. And I know how to section hair really well, so I know how it feels to get all of the color in, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just really kind of like smushing the hair color in. As you can see, it's developing really fast, and you can see that it's turning violet. So you have to go really quickly when you do this, especially when you're doing it on your own. And I went over it like a million times. I resectioned it, and then I reapplied some more color. I actually had to mix up a little bit more color because I underestimated how much color I needed, and I just wanted to be safe. I'd rather have more color on my hair rather than less color, because if you have little color, you could miss a lot of spots, and I did not want to miss any spots, any blonde spots. And so I'm just kind of like working it into my scalp. Make sure you get all of the roots and all of the blonde streaks there, and you just basically wait for that for about 20 minutes. Make sure that you get everything. I got like super paranoid about this because I'd colored my hair before myself, and I missed a few spots, and it just drove me crazy. You don't want to miss anything, so you just gotta wait. And I washed it, and here I am blow drying it, and I'm starting to see that it's turning red, and I'm just loving it so much. You can see how happy I am here. I just love the red. I think because I'm a warm toned, I have warm toned skin, I think it just really makes me glow. So here I'm using 20 volume developer, and I use the 4.75 Colesting Perfect color. So this is the same brand of hair color. It's also permanent. I'm doing exactly the same thing. The ratio is 1:1, so you use equal parts developer and equal parts hair color. And I used a 20 volume, and I could have used the 5 volume, I just didn't have enough of it. And I used the 20 volume. Basically, it does the same thing. Usually we use 20 volume to get rid of gray. That's what we're taught. Like you always use 20 for gray, and you use 5 and 10 for deposit only when you're not lifting any color. You're not going lighter, you're going darker. But here I'm using the 20. It all does the same thing as long as you let it develop for the proper amount of time. So for this one, I actually let it develop for about a little bit, almost like 35 to 40 minutes. I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm sectioning the hair and I'm smushing it all through the hair. See, I have to be super thorough. First of all, because I'm super excited about the hair color. And I think nothing is worse than coloring your own hair at home or dyeing it yourself and then realizing that you will have missed a huge spot. Like going back and redoing it could actually make the color worse because it could end up going a lot darker. Don't forget around your ears, or sorry, behind your ears, and don't forget to get the scalp. Just go back in and just kind of like zhuzh it back into the scalp and make sure that you have everything cleaned up around the hairline and your ear. We always forget around the ears for some reason, so make sure you get all of the colors around your ear. I washed it and I can see it looks really dark. I'm using the Matrix No Stain hair color remover, and you just basically just really scrub your skin thoroughly. It gets rid of most hair color on skin, so you don't have to deal with any stains. I'm loving the color. I feel like myself with dark hair color. I don't know about you guys, but I loved being a blonde, but I really love, you know, this dark hair color. I feel like it suits me a lot more. I feel like I'm meant to be a darker toned girl. So this is Bond Ultimate from Matrix, which I've talked about in my other video. I love this product. It just keeps my ends really nice and smooth and sleek and shiny. Because don't forget, like I still have damaged ends from the blonde, from the highlighting. Like the ends are still crispy, you know what I mean? Like they're still dry, so I have to take care of them until my hair grows out. I'm using a natural bristle brush here, and I'm just blow drying it really quickly. Obviously, I'm fast forwarding this for you guys. This is the lazy way of blow drying hair. I was so excited to see the hair color. It just looks super shiny and gorgeous. I'm using a natural bristle brush because it gives the most shine, and I like the size because it really just suits my hair length. And you can see I'm already loving this color. I'm really totally feeling like myself. And this is the final product. This is the brown. You can see a bit of reddish undertone, but I don't mind it at all. Once it fades, it's probably gonna be a lot, not a lot redder, but you will be able to see more red. I just applied a little bit of concealer here because I noticed that under my eyes was getting really, like it was showing, like it was looking really dark and tired, and I didn't want that for my final look. I love this hair color. I love it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions below.